Welcome my heroes. Today's lesson is the 6th lesson in chapter 2, problem solving, multiplication. What we're going to do today, we will solve questions like this one. A photo album has 10 pages. Each page holds 6 photos. You put 52 photos in the album. How many more photos can you put in the album? So, to start my heroes, please open your books page 83. And let's see this question. Use any strategy to solve. You, Newton, and Descartes each have 4 marbles. How many marbles are there in all? So, my heroes, to solve this question, you know that you have 3 persons, you, Newton, and Descartes. So these are 3. And each of the 3, each one, he has 4 marbles. So you have 4, Newton have 4, Descartes have 4. So you are repeating the 4. Or simply you can use multiplication. Okay, so we are repeating the 4 3 times, or we can write it as multiplication. 3 times 4. Oh, we need to find the answer to this. Okay, I'll tell you one way that you can use. I can write it down here. How we can write 3 times 4. And you can use distributive property. Okay, how can we do this? We will write it as 3 times 2 plus 2. You can of course use 3 plus 1 equals 4. And here I see that we can use also 2 plus 2 as because 2 plus 2 is 4. If you use 3 plus 1, this will also be correct. You will get the same answer. Then use distributive property. Do you remember how we use it? Multiply the 3 by the first number and multiply the 3 by the second number. So we have 3 times 2, the first 2, plus 3 times 2, the second 2. Okay? And we know that 3 times 2 is 6, plus 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. So now we know that 3 times 4 equals 12. There are 12 marbles in all. Okay, my heroes, now we will move to the next page. If you didn't finish writing, you can pause the video and finish writing. And let's move to the next page. We have this example on the next page. So let's use it here. Okay, I'll read it first. A bookshelf has 5 shelves. There are 8 comic books on each shelf. You take 3 of them to read. How many comic books are left on the shelves? To solve a question like this, we need to make a plan. We need to think what we should do. Okay, I'll tell you. The first thing that you should do is understand the problem. To understand the problem, you should find what you have already. We have here, what do you know? There are how many shelves? We have 5 shelves. And there are how many comic books on each shelf? There are 8 comic books on each shelf. Okay, and how many comic books you took to read? You take 3 comic books to read. So this is the first step, my heroes. You should understand what you have in the question. Then the next step is what you need to find. What should you find? What do we need to do? We need to find how many comic books are left on the shelves after you take 3 of them. Okay, we need now to make a plan. Okay, let's make a plan and let's think. The first thing is, we should find how many books do we have in all. So we will think how we can solve the problem. We are not solving, we are making a plan. So the first step is to find the total. We multiply 5 by the number of comic books, which is 8. So 5 shelves, 8 comic books on each shelf. This is the first step. We multiply 5 times 8 to find how many comic books are on the shelves. So this is the first step. What is the second step? You take 3 of them to read. So if you take something, so you are subtracting. So the second step is subtract 3 from the product. So the first step, multiply 5 times 8. And the second step, subtract 3 from the product. Okay, my heroes, if you are writing, pause the video. If you have finished writing, let's move to the solution. How can we solve? So we start with understanding the problem, then making a plan, then we solve it. I'll erase this and let's solve. We said that the first step, we should multiply 5 by 8. Okay, you can use diagram to show how many shelves? 5 shelves of 8. And what is the total? The total is 40. You can write this also as a repeated addition equation. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 5 times. And the total is 40. Or you can do this in another way. Since we keep the timetable of 5, we can just write 5 times 8 equals 40. Now, this is the first step. What was the second step? What was the second step? Oh, yes, we should subtract 3 from the product. What product do we have? The product is 40. So 40 minus 3, subtract 3, you get 37. So there are 37 comic books left on the shelves. Okay, now my heroes, we move back to the book. If you didn't finish writing, pause the video. Okay, let's move down to see this question. Okay, remember with me, the first thing is to understand the question. Understand means you should know what you have. A photo album has 10 pages. Each page holds 6 photos. You put 25 photos in the album. That's what we have. So what we have, 10 pages in all, and each page holds 6 photos. And we know also that you put 52 photos in the album. And what should we do? Or what should we find? What do we need to find? This is the second thing. We need to find how many more photos can you put in the album. Now, let's make our plan. Okay, in the plan we can think that, oh yes, we need to find how many photos can the album hold. To find how many photos can the album hold. What should we do, my heroes, to find the total number of photos that we can put in this album? We can put 6 in each page, and we have 10 pages. So the first step is multiplying, multiplying 10 by 6, because we repeat the 6 10 times. So the first step is to find how many photos can you put in the album in all. You can put the number that we get when we multiply 10 times 6, because each page holds 6 photos. So this is the first step, multiply 10 by 6. What is the second step? You put already 52 photos. How can we find how more photos can you put? Add or subtract? Of course we subtract 52. So now we have the plan. Let's go ahead and do it. The first step, again, we multiply 10 times 6. What is 10 times 6, my heroes? 60. And to remind you, what is this 60? This is the total number of photos that you can put in the album. This is what you can put in the album in all. And now in the second step we said that we should subtract 52 to find how many places are left for us to use. We have already 60. This is the whole number, or all places are 60. And we put 52, so we subtract 52. Okay, we can subtract anyway you want. So let's subtract in the ordinary way. We will subtract 0 minus 2 cannot be done. So take 1 from this 6, it will be 5. And this 0 will be 10. 10 minus 2 equals 8. And 5 minus 5 equals 0. We can remove this 0 because we don't have any digits after the 0. So it's only 8. So what is the answer now? We have 8 photos left to put. We have space for 8 photos more. Okay, so the answer is 8 photos. So again, my heroes, start with what you know. You should find what you know, or you should underline what you know in the question. In the second step, what you should do. What do you have to do? What do you need to find? Then the third thing that you should do is make a plan. So you should think, what is the first step? What is the second step? Then you start solving. So in this question, we have 10 pages, and each page has 6 photos. So multiply 10 times 6 to get the total number of photos that we can put in the album, which is 60. Then we subtract the number that you put already in the album. You put already 52 photos. So subtract 52 to know or to get how many places are not used. So we have 8 places are not used, or 8 photos we can add to the album. Okay. Now, my heroes, we will move to the next page. If you didn't finish, please pause the video. And now, in the next page, we have similar questions. And in this question number 2, let's read the question and let's do the same. Your classroom has 5 groups of desks with 5 desks in each group. There are 22 students in your class. What information do you know that would help you find how many empty desks there are? Okay. So, what information? The question is asking about the information. What do you know? Okay, what do you know? Oh, we know that there are 5 groups and there are 5 desks in each group. Also, we know that there are 22 students in the classroom. So that's what we know. So let's write the answer. We know that we have, or there are 5 groups. We know also that there are 5 desks. There are 5 desks in each group. We know also that there are 22 students in the class. There are 22 students in the class. So that's what we know. So this is the answer to the question, since the question asking us what information do you know that can help you find how many empty desks there are. In this question, we don't need to find the answer how many empty desks there are. You don't need to answer this question. So we don't need to make a plan. Okay, but let's do it, my heroes. If you're going to solve this question, how many empty desks there are, to find how many empty desks. Okay, think. What should be the first step? You should find how many desks do you have in all in the class. So you multiply 5 by 5. And you have 22 students. So you will subtract the 22 from the product or add it to the product to know how many empty desks. Of course, subtract it from the product. Then you will get the answer. Okay, if you're trying to solve the question, 5 times 5 equals 25. This is the first step. And the second step, 25 minus 22 is 3. But we will not write this because the question didn't ask us to write this. So now, my heroes, I want you to try to solve question number 3. So go ahead, everyone, pause the video and solve question number 3. Okay, now let's read the question. If you didn't finish solving, please pause the video. Do not watch the rest of the video if you didn't finish. Finish first, think first, then continue with the video. If you didn't finish, please stop the video, pause the video, and continue when you finish your attempts, or when you finish what do you know, and what you need to find, and your plan and your solution. Finish it all, then continue. Okay, now I will start solving. I suppose that you solved this before me, so now focus with me, and when I finish, you can check your answers. You buy 2 boxes of cherry gelatin, 4 boxes of strawberry gelatin, and 3 boxes of orange gelatin. Each box contains 2 packets of gelatin. How many packets of gelatin do you buy? Okay, let's find how to make a plan here. We start with what we know. We know that you buy 2 boxes of cherry gelatin, this thing, and 4 boxes of strawberry gelatin, and 3 boxes of orange gelatin. And you know also that each box contains 2 packets of gelatin. Now, what do we need to do? Or what do we need to find? We need to find how many packets of gelatin do you buy. Let's make a plan. We have here, each box contains 2 packets. So you can think, oh yes, I should multiply by 2. But what number are we going to multiply by 2? Yes, the total number of boxes. So you can find the total number of boxes that you bought. So the first thing, we add 2 plus 4 plus 3 to find the total number of boxes that we have. Then in the second step, we multiply this number of boxes times 2, because each box contains 2 packets. So this is one way that we can use to solve. Let's do it. Let's write the solution. We said that the first step, we add 2 plus 4 plus 3. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. So we have 9 boxes in all. This is the number of boxes in all. Okay, now each box of these 9 contains 2 packets. We said that the second step, we should multiply the total number of boxes by 2. So let's multiply it by 2. The sum, which is 9, times 2. Okay, what is 9 times 2, my heroes? 9 times 2 equals 18. So the answer is 18 packets of gelatin. Okay, my heroes, you can do this in another way. I'll say it also. If someone used this way, it's also correct. I'll write it here. You can make your plan by finding how many packets of each kind. So you find how many packets of cherry gelatin, how many packets of strawberry gelatin, how many packets of orange gelatin. You can do this by multiplying 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 3 times 2. Then you can add all packets that you have. So you can do this in another way. So this is another solution. Another solution. This is another way to solve. You can multiply 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 3 times 2 to find each kind of them. 2 times 2 equals 4. And the next one, 4 boxes of strawberry gelatine. So 4 times 2 gives 8. And the third type is orange. 3 boxes. So 3 times 2 equals 6. And the second step, we said that you should add all of them. So add 4 plus 8 plus 6. If you do this, you will find the same answer, 18. And your answer is correct. Okay. And my heroes, if you have any other ways to solve the question, you can tell me about that. Send to me on WhatsApp and tell me how you can solve it in any other way. Okay. So it's enough for us to write one solution. So I'll raise this solution. It's correct, of course, but I'm writing this. If you did it, it's correct. And you will find the same answer. But you need only here to write one answer. So we can write only one answer of these. Okay. Okay, I will erase it. And my heroes, please finish writing. And this takes so much time. Okay, so again, just write one answer, my heroes. You don't need to write the other answer. This one is correct and this one is also correct, so write only one answer. And now I'll erase it all and move down. If you didn't finish, pause the video. Okay, now question number 4. I want you, my heroes, to try to solve question number 4, and we will discuss it in the next session. So try to solve this question by yourselves. Remember the steps. The first thing that you should do, what you have already, what do you know? The second thing, what you need to find. The third thing, make your plan. And the fourth thing, you should start solving using your plan. Okay, so my heroes, I want you to do this with question number 4. And we will discuss it in the next session. Thank you, my heroes. You can go to the assignment. Thank you, my heroes. See you next session, and goodbye.